Welcome to TakeTew, where we get down to the nitty-gritty and talk all things relationships. Say hey, babe.
Hey now.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to TakeTew.
Two.
It's Halloween. Ooh. It's our TakeTew Halloween special. Yeah.
It's a spooktacular.
And we're just coming in to check in on everybody and say what's going on. It's kind of recap our week here, and it's Bebe's turn over here to give a topic. So, what's been going on this past week, AA Ron?
Same old. It's been a lot of work going on.
Wait till we get to that and why there's been so much work.
Why has been so much work?
Because your girl over here had a breakdown over the weekend.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why he's acting surprised. He was there for it, although he almost let me die. But that's neither here nor there. Negative Ghost Rider?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
You're right. He didn't over the weekend. His face right now.
You think you're real funny?
I know. I don't think I know.
You ain't had nothing to say this weekend now.
You're right. I was flatlined. Like,
It's all right.
For those of you who don't know, I deal with anxiety and depression. And this past weekend, I had an episode where my depression was pretty bad. So I wasn't really capable of doing anything except for laying in the bed. And this is probably one of the first times where Aaron has seen me go through an episode like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to say. So needless to say,
for now.
his panties are in a bunch because he was left doing the majority of the work this weekend, whereas we usually divvy up the workload, but I just wasn't there. I literally was not here. Like, my shell of existence was here, but Tiffany was somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still a little upset about it.
I'm not upset about it. I feel like it's probably fair to bring back up that before the episode started, that me and you didn't exactly see eye to eye on a topic. Or there was a miscommunication.
How could I forget? No, there wasn't a miscommunication. Somebody just made a comment that wasn't too nice, and that's what set it off.
Babe, it was a miscommunication.
No, it wasn't.
Something was said. I won't say it was poor timing. I would say
it was in poor taste.
I would say, can I speak? Let me have the mic. I would say, I didn't think twice
before he spoke.
You want to finish the podcast without me?
I'm sorry.
See how many listeners you get once you ditch me.
Oh, what you trying to say? I can't do this by myself?
I am Baby, Salt Baby. I give the podcast flavor.
Anyway, go on with your dusty story.
Always gotta talk down about stuff I'm doing. Anyway, so it was something that was said that wasn't exactly. I feel like it may have been a little distasteful because I didn't think twice about how it might make this person, it's Tiffany, feel about
the person.
We're going to go on with our story. Because at this point, I feel like you just want to talk over me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm done. You ready for the topic of the day?
No, go ahead. Stop.
It's over.
Why?
Because I only get interrupted so many times. Then I move on.
Oh, my gosh. I'm done. I'm zipping my lips up and throwing away the key.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on.
I felt there was a comment that was made that was distasteful. And it was taken in the wrong context. So an apology was given on my end. And then the next thing I know, there was a flare-up of anxiety and depression. Mostly depression, less anxiety. So I don't know if one spawned the other. I feel like it did. I feel like that was a spark that ignited some thoughts you had in the back of that head of yours. And it came to the forefront of your mind and made you start thinking about a whole bunch of other wiggity whack stuff. And then you was off. Like Alice, you was chasing that white rabbit down the hole. But that's why God gave you a helpmeet, someone who could stand in the gap for you.
Are you done? Can I talk now? Because I definitely need to intercept what you were saying.
You want to intercede?
First of all,
intercept?
For him to say he said something that was taken out of context, no, nothing was taken out of context. What he said was ignorant as hell. Number two.
It's your opinion.
No. If I told the people what it really was, I bet more would agree with me than you.
We don't need to let everybody in our...
No, I'm not going to let everybody... I'm not going to say what it was, but I'm just letting you know that those are the facts.
I'll do a poll on Instagram.
Okay. And the other thing that you all need to know about Salt Bae over here, who brings all the flavor...
Flavor, savor.
He has a very hard time with admitting when he's wrong.
What?
You do. And so instead of just saying, you know what? I apologize. That was wrong of me to say. It always has to be you know what? I'm sorry you took it that way. But that's not an apology.
Hey, that's not what I said.
I know in a roundabout way, but for the most part, whenever it's something like that or a scenario like that, that's what you say. I'm sorry you took it that way, or I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings. Like, that's not an apology. You can't apologize to me for how I felt. You need to apologize for what you said. So when you say, I apologize that it hurt you, or I apologize that you took it that way, you're not really apologizing. You're just apologizing for my action or my reaction to it. That's not a sincere apology for what you did. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, because I'm not about to rehash that. What's your topic for today, baby?
Topic for today, number one, that wasn't how I apologized to you. Número dos, me and you have already been over that, and I think there's been one incident, maybe two, where I accidentally slipped up and said, oh, I'm sorry if you, and I stopped myself, and I was like, no, don't let me say if, because if I say if, then that, so we already got that squared away. But that's not how I apologized at all. And for someone who has a hard time admitting that they're wrong, one of us does an awfully lot of apologizing, while the other one has to, I'm going to get you a sign made where you can...
I apologize all the time.
What?
Next, what's your topic?
You hate to say those two words.
That's a lie.
It's the truth.
It's not.
Say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I wish I could have recorded that. Wait,
it is
it's
being
on the
recorded.
podcast.
Can you go with the topic, please? If I have a hard time apologizing, then you have a hard time apologizing sincerely.
I apologize sincerely all the time.
No, you don't.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, can you go on to this topic
sorry.
before you be sleeping on the couch?
On the couch? If I'm sleeping on the couch, you sleeping in the car.
I'm not sleeping in nobody's car. Now, go on to the next.
On the couch.
Then go on to the topic.
We're going to hold each other. And
see, he don't know when enough is enough.
Curl up our legs like we always do.
We're about to go to commercial because he needs to be beaten. What's the topic?
Oh, God. The topic for today. Are you ready? As always, you don't know what I'm getting ready to ask. And this is something that we want folks back at home. Bring up with your significant other. See how they feel. Topic for today. When you are down and out, as some of us were recently, what's something that can be said, done, that brings you kind of like around? Not something that says, oh, this will like cheer me up and make everything better. But what's something that can be said or done that kind of like snaps you out of it? I know part of this might be like, I think it's an interesting topic for couples to talk about, because there's some links here into like love languages and communication. And so when you're down and out, when you're feeling a little low, what snaps you back out of it? What's something that's said or done?
Well, since you're bringing this up because of my episode over the weekend.
It just made me think about it.
Well, for me, for someone who suffers with depression, if I'm in a mood like that, I really just want my significant other to kind of be there and just to watch for the signs. Because when you have depression, or when you have it to the extent that I do, your thoughts and your moods can go from 0 to 100 real quick. So you need... So you need someone who is going to be there to kind of just tell you everything is going to be okay, not get frustrated with you, and just know the signs, like know when your depression is going from one level to the next. Also, because I did experience this this weekend, and I'm not going to say from who, but when I expressed to a few people that I was going through what I was going through, and I was still in the midst of it, I wasn't over it yet. When somebody is going through depression, the last thing that they need or they want is to feel like they're at fault for going through this depression, or that the blame is being put on them. So when you say to when somebody expresses to you what they're feeling, and that they're feeling down, and that the depression is getting the best of them, kind of yelling at them or saying, well, what do you want us to do? Like, like this is your fault, or something to that extent, that doesn't make it any better. If anything, that just sinks you down deeper into the depression that you were already in. Case in point, I was having a conversation with someone about my feelings, and that I thought that my episode was brought about because of some emotional healing that I haven't gotten yet, just from my childhood and some things that have happened in my past. And I kind of was met with a response, well, it's a two-way street, and what do you want us to do? And so when somebody is going through depression, or they're in a depressive state of mind, doing that does not help. So for me, for my significant other, I just need you to not try to yell at me, put me at fault, blame me. I kind of just... What you want is somebody to be there, somebody to be there to listen. Right. Somebody to be there to listen when you're ready to talk about what it is that's bothering you, and kind of just knowing what the signs are if your depression, if it increases or if it goes to the next level. So for me, that's what I need. I just need the support. I need you to be there. I don't need you to try to figure out what's wrong with me, or try to tell me why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, or try to blame me for feeling the way that I'm feeling. Just let me feel that way and just be the support.
And I think that's really, again, it's one of the really cool things about me and you. I think not meaning to hype us up, but we're totally like power couple.
We're an awesome couple who's going to be married for the rest of our lives.
I think we need to go back and reevaluate our microphone system So when one person is talking, the other one can be off.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. He keeps going like this. We're not going to be married forever.
Touche. You made me forget my thought. I think that's one of the cool things about us is that I think because that's one of the things we have in common, that I think it gives me a little insight to what you're going through. So I gave you the time where I was like, okay, she's saying, she doesn't, get away from me. I don't want you around, or, leave me alone. But I know you really don't mean leave you alone, just to leave you here and wallow in it. But I know you really need that support. So I would just come back in and kind of check on you, rub your back, stuff like that. And I just knew in the back of my head, I was like, oh, when time comes, she'll talk about it or whatever she's feeling. But time's not yet. But I think that's one of the cool things about us. Anyway, what can my significant other do for me? I don't know. I might have to put this off on you.
What does that mean?
I was going to almost ask you, like, what do you think? What have you already done if you see him down and out? Because that's kind of hard for me to... I'm like you. I don't want somebody in my face yelling about... Because you know how I get. I get irritable. I get anxious when, money gets tight, or... it's a bunch of different stuff, or the house is unorganized and I don't know where the scissors are and where so-and-so put his homework and how come this is not put away and where's my shirt out the laundry. Like when there's too many things going on and I need to put my life together.
He gets very overwhelmed.
Is that, yeah, okay. We'll let you have that one.
Am I lying?
No. I was
about me interrupting you? Okay. Well, when you pause like that, I don't know, are you wanting me to speak but at the same time, sometimes I have to cut you off because you know that you can keep going and going and going, and this will end up being a 40-minute podcast.
Wow. I'm so glad that you invited me on this show. And I didn't choose to be here.
Well,
there are 100 different podcasts that are looking for me right now.
Are they?
Absolutely.
Well, maybe you should go find them.
Because I'd much rather have a podcast with you. Because you mean the world.
So to answer his question, or to answer the topic,
I swear the only thing matters to me.
To answer, babe, come on now. Okay. To answer the topic for him. So while I had a breakdown this weekend, somebody else had a breakdown on Monday.
What? Who?
We came back from dinner with his sister and brother-in-law.
Oh my
God.
That was hardly a breakdown.
Oh, babe, you were in a way.
I think I was
in a way. Let me tell the story.
But I wasn't in a way.
No, he was in a way. So, oh my God. I'm pretty sure the majority of you know that Aaron is a car enthusiast. He has
that part.
Yes, that part. Yeah. He has this truck that he kind of built from the ground up, put an engine in it and everything, and has been continuing to work on it. So we decided to take his truck to dinner because it's our little cruising car. And on the way home, we hit a deer. And it wasn't any severe damage, but the headlight came out, and now the hood of the latch for the hood, it won't close all the way. So Aaron is devastated. which I knew because this car is like his baby. And I would almost think that he loves this car more than he loves me.
Now, wait a second.
So he was very, very upset to the point where he came in the house. He was going to meal prep. I told him, babe, just don't worry about it. Why don't you go in the room, get yourself together. I came in the room and he was laid across the bed and he was just devastated. And
I had to gather myself.
He just kept going on and on about how now he's got to save money to fix the car. Now he's been pushed a few steps behind. And he was really just in a way. And I've never seen him be this upset, like not even upset, like angry, but almost like a depressive type of mood.
I was hurt.
He was very hurt. And so I had to
break in my feelings.
I had to be the voice of reason,
Wow.
I had to tell him, babe, yes. I had to tell him, it could be so much worse. Life could be so much worse right now. Like, he was really just upset, and I'm not trying to downplay his feelings about this car because it is a hobby of his, just like my blog and YouTube and things like this, a hobby of mine. But his is a physical hobby, and it's something he holds near and dear to his heart. So I had to tell him, it could be worse. Like, there are worse things that people are going through in the world other than the aesthetics of a truck. But he was just very upset. And I told him, I said, it could be worse. We could have been going at a faster rate of speed. We could have, gotten hurt severely because this was a big buck that was standing in the middle of the street. And, I was trying to reassure him that it could be so much worse. And he's like, yeah, you're right. But still in his head, he's calculating where he's going to get the parts to fix this, where he's going to get the money to fix these parts, where, and he just really put himself to sleep that night because he was upset. Like, I'm sure when I wasn't in the room, he was probably crying. But
oh, you are pulling stuff out of your tail now.
But
shame on you.
I say all of that to say, when he's down and out, I have to come in and be the voice of reason, and I have to come in and I have to assure him that everything is going to be okay and kind of just put his mind at ease. And I guess that would fall in the same category as me in the sense of support. He just needs the support to know that everything is going to be okay. Same thing like he said when it comes to the finances. If he thinks that it's going to be a tight month or something's going to, happen or something's not going to get paid, he stresses about it. So that's why I take care of the finances. So I just have to let him know, everything's going to be okay. If I'm not stressing, don't stress. Now, when I start to stress, there's a problem. But so I think for him, as far as feeling down and out, he just needs the same thing. He needs the support. He needs somebody to put him at ease. Am I pretty accurate?
I think that's pretty accurate. I think it's very, very rare I'm ever looking for somebody to do something for me. To make something better. It's very rare. I mean, if you made a mess in the living room and it's set out there for 3 or 4 days, yeah, that's something a little different. But I'm just going to come to you directly, not upset or bothered. I'm just going to come to you and be like, look, it's been 3 days. You need to get your stuff together.
But I don't think that has anything to do with what we're discussing, because that's not going to have you down and out. That's just going to have you mad.
I can't wait till it's my turn again, because I'm going to bring up another topic.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to wrap this on up. Any last minute thoughts? Anything else that you want to add for the peoples? Give them any other updates?
My arms are folded, and to you, ma'am, I say,
I can't. Anyways, that was a good topic. You were a little ornery tonight, but that was a good topic.
I was ornery. I was provoked.
Ladies and gentlemen, next time that we come to you direct on the podcast, we will be in California. Yay!
West Coast dreaming.
We'll be on vacation. I'm so excited to just take a week and just relax, not have to worry about work.
Walk around naked.
Or any responsibilities, just,
Mostly walk around naked.
just live free. So when we come back, we will be on the West Coast, and we will just, take you guys along, let you know what's going on as we explore different areas. I'm taking Aaron on so many different adventures because California and Las Vegas are second homes to me. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm hoping that he is excited, as he's never been to the West Coast. So can't wait to share all those updates with you guys. Anything else you want to share?
I feel like we should go ahead and start a poll on Instagram and go ahead and see how many people feel as though your homeboy, Aaron, is going to be a victim to jet lag.
Yes,
Or whether I will overcome, like so many things I've overcome already in my life, and as I continue to overcome adversity.
He's so dramatic. I am going to be documenting because
My sleep pattern.
No, I'm just going to document the first night because he swears he's going to be okay with the 3-hour time difference, but he's not. I don't care what he says. When I lived in California, every visitor that I had that first night, when they get there, that 3-hour difference is a bit much. And I'm out trying to do stuff with them, and they're tired, ready to go to bed. So not only we're going to do a poll on both Instagrams, Hold the Mayo with 2 Ds and at Darryl Aaron. We're going to do a poll there. I'm also going to document and get some footage because he's going to be out like a light. He's going to be out.
See how I didn't interrupt you while you were doing that?
He's going to be out by 9:30, 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I can bet my bottom dollar on that.
Hope you're ready to lose that bottom dollar.
So, yeah.
I'll take those odds.
Okay.
Because you're used to dealing with some average, everyday run-of-the-mill chumps.
Okay, and this fool is in the bed every night, or tries to be in the bed every night by 10:30. So I don't want to hear it. All right, so
training program.
That is our podcast for tonight.
Why you gotta hate?
Or for today. We look forward to seeing you guys next week, and that's all for us.
Go to the car.
Say bye, babe.
Bye-bye.